What's going on, everybody? Bitch, let me tell you something. This whole cast is something else. But I'm still tuned into these motherfuckers, so let's just get into this. So, this is Star Episode 7, Ghetto Symphony. Pretty much, we start off with Andy, Noah, and Angel, getting interviewed over Lucky's death and the situations about violence through Derek's documentary and stuff. So, they give their point of views, they give out their lessons and all their, pieces of the story and whatnot. Then they look over to the news, and it shows how, America needs to stop acting like that. All these injustice, issues is just minor accidents or, stuff that's, out of fear. Girl, get the fuck out of here. You know damn well what the fuck don't happen. And y'all... This is why I cannot wait to leave this bitch. I cannot wait to leave America and go to Paris. I'm already... Oh, I need to start saving money so I can get the fuck out of here. But anyway, yeah, so then, Noah ends up having another daydream musical number of him and the boys, including Derek, performing American Dreaming, discussing racism and other social injustice. And the performance was cute for what it was. So, of course, throughout this episode, again, Noah is still on the lumps. He's still on the low about Lucky and everything. And I do feel bad for him, but it's like, damn. How much more longer are you going to make Luke have his character like this? Because he needs to end up getting his ass back together so that he can go back to making some good music. Because that boy can sing. And, he meets up with Alex at the coffee shop, and, they talking or whatever, and then here comes Paris Jackson, Rachel, coming in wanting to take sexy pictures of them together. Noah's like, girl, get that out of here. We're just friends. It's not even like that. But, of course, Paris was like, no, this is good. You need to take this because this is going to be good for your image. Alex kicks her out, obviously, and lets him know that she doesn't want the situation to be personal and that this is only for business purposes. Right. Whatever. So they're going ahead and take the pictures. Star walks in and leaves. Bitch. Before I get any further with this shit, let me just go ahead and point out that Star has been a jealous hussy through this whole damn episode. Bitch, I promise you, she's been on my motherfucking nerves throughout this whole episode. And I had to refrain myself from having to punch my own damn TV because of how annoying she was. Because she's literally been jealous as fuck all throughout the whole episode. And I'm not here for it, and neither was anybody else here. But let's go ahead and keep moving. So, of course... yeah, she's pretty much jealous. And that's just what it was. So it was later revealed that Ayanna has custody over Simone. And clearly Simone is worried. Shit, I would be too because I don't trust Ayanna. And after everything that she's done to me and the girls, Simone, I'm with you. I don't trust that hoe either. And she sees a bottle of pills in her purse, and she goes ahead and snatches them and starts using them as an excuse like she got headaches. Girl, stop playing. You're using them drugs again, and you need to stop. Okay? Stop. Bad girl. So then, later we get to Carlotta. Carlotta is still upset with Hahil for, making his move with Angel and Andy, along with sleeping with Ayana for bad intentions. And then Cotton comes out of nowhere, messed up from the rape, and now Carlotta got something else to be mad at. And I'm like, damn, that's fucked up. So then Brody arrives to his hotel room later in the next scene, and the whole place is trashed. Like, somebody just went up and it almost looked like my room after my sister came in. That's how it would look like. Because my room is a hot ass mess, let me tell you something. But and the boys who's out there trying to find and kill him ends up calling him, and they were pretty much like, yo, you got the cash or not? Because we want the cash or we gonna get blood. Brody went, nigga, you want the money? I don't have it. But if you want the blood, I got it. Come get it. Oh, okay. We know where your daughter live. Hangs up the phone. I'm like, damn. Now you're actually starting to make me think that Brody might actually have some good intentions for these girls. But I still got my eye on you, Brody. You ain't about to have me fooled. I'm not that close-minded. You're not about to fool me with this buffoonery. You thought, Lee Daniels. I'm on to you. I'm on to you both. So then we get to Noah, and he's pretty much at Lucky's grave, grieving, getting drunk and everything. And, his manager comes up to him, and, he wants him to go back and focus to the music and the label. But, of course, Noah refuses because he don't give a shit about the label. He cares more about his friend than he ever did with the label. And that's his attitude at that moment was very understandable, because when you lose somebody that you were very freaking close to, who actually carries something special within your heart and actually literally like is something that made a good benefit to your life, and then out of nowhere they pass away, it's hard to say goodbye. And I don't blame him for that, because it's really hard to say goodbye for anybody. So get off his dick, man. You're gonna get back to it. Just give him time. Give him time to grieve. Give him time to get himself together, and then he'll be back in the game. But right now is just not the time. Okay? So chill. So of course we get to Ayana's bitch ass. She's over here planning to go ahead and move the showcase date up to 2 weeks instead of a month. And Andy is worried about this because, of course, after his little performance a few episodes back, now he's in the competition. Therefore, he's like in conflicts with his job of being her assistant and being in the competition. So I kind of understand his worries, but at the end of the day, Andy, you gotta understand, you kind of did this on yourself because you knew what the fuck it was. You knew what you were getting yourself into when you hit that stage. And when you agreed, or eventually agreed, to sign the label and to be a part of the damn competition. You were Ayana's sister, so you knew damn well what you was getting yourself into. But stop playing with me. Stop fucking playing with me. But we're gonna keep going. So then So then Carlotta comes in, and Ayana pretty much tells her that the girls are also in the competition, and they pretty much have 2 weeks. And they pretty much have 2 weeks to go on ahead and prepare a number, since they're going to be performing. And then she asks about Simone. And I feel like this is pretty much the show's way of like foreshadowing us that they're eventually going to reveal to Carlotta that Ayana has custody of Simone to help keep her from getting an extension into the jail visits. So she goes and asks her, is Simone gonna be able to handle all the pressure? Carlotta was like, bitch, how about you worry about the label and I'll worry about the girls? Okay, good. Keep it moving. So then we move on to the girls, and Star calls Joyce over to see if she can meet up, and then Carlotta comes in, tells them the good news. They're all happy. They got their hopes up. Star's happy that with Star, her mindset was, woohoo! Like, now that we're in the competition, Alex and Noah don't have to make this fake front like they're in this relationship, and then I can have my boo thing back. Yay, good dick. I mean, my man. But, bitch, stop playing. Stop playing. And me and Alex, we were the same. I swear. Like, I can't with this fast ass bitch. I can't. So then Carlotta goes ahead and she meets up with Maurice, and she asks him for more studio time, and that gets put on hold when Elliot calls her about Cotton not being at work for a couple of weeks. So, I'm sorry, y'all. But, so yeah, she leaves, and then Noah comes in ready to go back to be a part of the competition and make the music. So I'm like, I mean, you could have took some time off to really like, you could have took some time off to really like chill out. But if you want to do that, go ahead, friend. So then we get to Brody. He meets up with Darlene. I finally figured out her name, and it took me till this long to finally realize that, but I didn't give a fuck. So they pretty much meet up and they talk about the threat and how he did his job by getting the images, but he couldn't really find any real dirt on Star. She clearly wasn't satisfied and tells him to search deeper, but he clearly just wasn't here for it. Then she threatens him on his boys that he owes money from gambling, that if he doesn't get the job done, then he's a dead man. And he wasn't having that either, and he leaves. Okay. So then we get Andy, who is clearly worried about Noah not coming through with his music because, it's too dark and it's glorifying all of the negative aspects of Noah's life. And Andy has to let him know, listen, you can't sit here and like go through all this, depressing dark shit when that's not even going to sell good. You gotta change that. So he leaves Noah alone to have him process his thoughts. Then Star comes in, fucks him, then starts videotaping him. And see, this is where I know this shit is gonna fuck up and literally like backfire on her ass. Because every time Star does something and then shit does not go her way, she eventually does an alternative that's going to end up backfiring or going wrong, that's going to affect the girls in the end. And that's exactly what happened here. She tried to videotape her and Noah having sex and all that shit just so she can go ahead and get fame on her own, so that she can spend more time with Noah, so that she can break him and Alex up. I'm like, you thirsty bitch. Do you not understand that Alex is always going to be with Derek? Did you not know that they was in a relationship, or was you still thinking about yourself? and how much your pussy can take. Is that what the fuck you want to do, Star? Bitch, stop playing with me. Because you are... She really got on my nerves throughout this episode. I'm sorry, y'all. She just really did. That's... And of course, Simone comes in and she pretty much confronts Star about how she got feelings for Noah, but this is where I like Simone, because this is the point where Simone is actually starting to make some sense, and she's been coming for Star lately throughout the season. I'm starting to like it. She's coming at Star talking about how, she needs to stop worrying about other people because she can't fix other people because she hasn't learned her lesson from Hunter, and that she needs to stop trusting people too easily, especially people in the music industry, because they are too untrustworthy, which was an easy point taken. And of course, Alex comes in and Star quickly changes the subject about her shoplifting. And I'm like, okay, we're gonna get into this later. You ain't gonna get off the hook that easily. So then we get into Brody, who makes his way over to Carlotta's shop, looking for Star, and gets stopped by Miss Bruce asking for a haircut, but clearly she wasn't here for it. And he tries to persuade her, to give him a new look. And then Sarah fucking Oliver. Sarah Oliver comes in asking for an ass injection. I'm like, Sarah, what you doing here? Girl, you better get that check. You better get that check, Sarah. I love me some Sarah. Sarah, if you're watching this, or if there's anybody out here who knows Sarah, let her know that, child, I love me some Sarah. Let me stop. I got my bird moment, so let me stop. But yeah, so then Brody goes upstairs, looking for an alternative way to fix himself up, but then leaves since he eventually couldn't find anything. So then we get into Carlotta, who is like batshit worried about Cotton because of her attitude lately, and Hahil had to let her know that, she's been off the edge since her boo got out of jail. So that right there already, triggered Carlotta, okay, so her boo is out of jail, and he's messing with my baby. Okay, we finna go get him, okay? Ready, set, go. So then, later on, Joyce goes and she meets the girls. And as soon as she walks in, she goes, so, it's boo, huh? It's okay. Y'all mad cute on the gram. She's talking about Alex and Noah. Alex like, thanks. Then Noah walks in and he hugs Joyce because they've been friends for a long time or whatever. And here she go talk about some, I see this little girl. She a real 10. You better than that last hoe he was with. See, now Noah likes them hoe types. I'm like, that was a little bit of shade towards Star because, Star is a hoe and he was all up in that. And sweetheart, that was a little bit shady. But, yeah. I was like, damn. The shade is so real. Then Joyce lets them know that she only came because she was about to go and record a track with Noah, and this pisses the girls off because they worked hard to get connections with her so that she can help open up in their track and promote their music or whatever, which is understandable, and they actually have every right to be mad about that. But then, Star, has an argument with Noah about it, and he tells her that it's just business. And this is where Simone rubs this in Star's face, letting her know, bitch, I told you so. Don't be trusting all these niggas out here like that because they're gonna flip like that. You Humpty Dumpty dumbass. Hahil Later on, Hahil and Carlotta go out to Cotton's booze place looking for her. She comes downstairs and he's like, "Get your ass back upstairs." She's like, "Yes, daddy." Carlotta's like, "Oh, hell no." And takes Hahil's gun and shoots him straight in the foot. Pop, pop. And see, this is why Carlotta is such a straight G. I fucks with that. I fucks with that. Then she's like, "Get your ass in the car before I shoot you ass next." Then Cotton switches up like, "You should call a doctor, baby." So later on, the girls are contemplating on what to do. Star's still in her feelings, so she leaves to go outside to get a breath of fresh air. Then Brody comes in, asking her about Joyce, and she tells him that they pretty much lost her through Noah. He gives her phone back, and she pretty much dismisses him, and he practically gives up on trying to fix his family issues and walks off. And I'm like, damn, like, this man actually is trying, and that's really sad to see him, like, try and give up. So Joyce and Noah are promoting their track together, and Joyce lets him know that getting all this pressure isn't easy, but it's going to be fine, and that eventually there's going to be the light at the end of the tunnel. Then Star's video comes out, and her and Ayanna pretty much confronts him about how he needs to clean up his act, and Alex was not here for his act as well, and leaves his ass, and then he starts drinking. See? That's how I knew this shit was gonna backfire. I knew it. I saw this shit coming. So then, later on, Carlotta goes off on Cotton for being disrespectful and how she needs to get herself together and stay away from him before she goes back to jail. Here goes Cotton. He protects me. I need him. Carlotta's like, "Bitch, you need him. You better stay away from his black ass. Do you hear me?" I'm like, "Cotton, you better stop now because Carlotta will literally kill you." Okay? Okay. So, pretty much at this point, now that no one knows that he fucked up, he's trying to come back and make amends with every damn body, but clearly his fuck-ups was too soon and hurtful to even fix any damn thing. And him and Star get into another argument, how he practically stole Joyce from them, and he claps back at her, talk about how her desperate-ass attempt on the video was a bit shady and thirsty, which was a good point. Then Joyce comes in drunk as shit, and she passes out. The girls freak out and try to call 911 for her. And then the paramedics come in, they take her away, and we find out that she's all to the good. And I'm like, good. Simone eventually has a panic attack because of her, and Ayanna is worried for Simone because she might end up in Joyce's position, which is a little bit understandable. So she goes in ahead, and her dumbass gives her some Xanax. I'm like, this bitch. You knew she was on your drugs, and you gonna give her some Xanax? Bitch, get the fuck out of here. You and Star can go to hell. I don't give a fuck. So then Noah comes in with Alex in the studio to pretty much discuss his issues on how he felt like he pretty much, failed Lucky because, they made promises when they were kids, how, they was going to make it in the industry together, and that he's promised so much for him and with him. And then he goes on about how much, he misses Lucky, and that he feels stuck and that he can't go nowhere because of it. And this pretty much connects Alex and him a little bit closer, so she helps him out by making a video to let everybody know that they're still together. And I'm like, okay, bitch. Okay. So then Hale and Carlotta, they pretty much bond over, battling with, their personal lives and how messed up it's been lately. and Carlotta wants him to go out and make sure that, Cotton is all to the good. Then Maurice comes in, and he's worried about Carlotta because she's been off the rocks because she's went through a lot throughout this episode, and we've clearly seen it. And then she goes in ahead and lets him know that Hahil is the father, and that it was a messy background between them, and that was, that was like, okay. And Maurice obviously was admiring the fact that she's strong enough to handle all the bullshit that she's went through throughout her time. So much so that he goes on ahead and says, the only place I want to go is in your bedroom. And fair enough, Carlotta finally gets her way with Maurice. And I'm like, yes, bitch! Give us a show! How you doing, bitch? Look, Carlotta. I love her. I love Carlotta. I love me some Carlotta. Okay. So then we get through the end of the episode, and Brody goes through the pictures, and he sees images of Star getting beaten, and hears voicemails of Hunter's sorry-ass apologies, and he starts feeling some type of way, and he walks off. So I'm like, bitch, what that mean? So then the episode comes to an end when Ayana gathers all the artists together and makes a speech to make sure that everyone is at their A game and that they're gonna, open big, loud, and strong. Then she wants them to perform a group number together with Alex and Noah closing the performance with a duet. This, of course, upsets Star, but nobody was here for it. Noah then goes over and tries to convince Alex to do the duet, and shit gets personal when he thanks her for the connection that they had, and then he kisses her. And I'm like, I saw that shit coming, and I was not here for it. So everybody goes on ahead and they all, perform the big group number. And of course there was tension between Alex and Star, of course. But then the episode really ends with Alex coming home to Derek, and they about to have sex and everything, and she starts thinking about Noah, and she freaks out and stops. And I'm like, and that's the tea. Okay. But bitch, these are some thirsty broken bitches. That was Star episode 7, Ghetto Symphony. Y'all tell me how y'all feel, and I will see y'all next Wednesday for the episode before the fall finale, okay? Cause I am so over these hoes. Bye y'all.